Thanks, Matt.
Back in dead.
How you doing? Thanks, everybody, for sticking around. Matt and Jonathan and Anil, appreciate you hosting us. And they assured me they were saving us so that for the last spot here so that everyone would actually stick around. So I appreciate that. I'm Britt. This is my co-founder, Ryan King. We're from Chime. We're based in San Francisco. We started the company about 18 months ago. And being in Silicon Valley, you hear a lot about buzzwords, things like about disruption. And if you think about banking and payments and just the size of this conference, clearly this is an industry that's ripe for disruption. And this is definitely true when you think about a particular consumer segment known as millennials. The definition varies, but it generally refers to consumers under 35. And they matter because they're the future. They're early adopters, they're trendsetters, they're more racially diverse than any other generation. But they do have one thing in common, and that is that they're frustrated with traditional banking options. There was a recent study called the Millennial Disruption Index that found that the 4 leading US banks are among the 10 least loved brands by millennials. And it noted that banking had the highest risk of disruption of any industry, and that nearly half of these consumers were counting on a tech startup to change the way banks work. Regarding this population, unlike their parents who grew up on credit, this generation witnessed the worst economic crisis since the Depression. They're graduating from college with massive student loans, and they want to take control of their money. They want to handle their finances on their own, and they don't want to spend more than they have. In fact, 63% of millennials don't have a credit card, according to a recent Bankrate study. Most of you in the audience probably pay with a credit card. You use it for your everyday shopping, you get your rewards, you pay off your balance. But our customers feel like they should also get rewards for what, in their mind, is the responsible thing, which is paying with money they have, paying with a debit card or from a debit card account. And we agree. So when you think about the type of product that this population segment is interested in and what exactly, how they would design it if they could, there are a few key features. First of all, it's got to be mobile first. 81% of millennials are on their smartphone, have a smartphone. And they're actually more comfortable opening up an account by downloading an app and registering for a service as opposed to actually going into a bank branch, which might explain why in recent years branches have closed at a clip of roughly 10% a year. And they expect an experience that's been optimized for the smartphone use case. Everything else is secondary. Unfortunately, to work everywhere today, you still need a piece of plastic. So we give all of our customers a companion Visa card issued by the Bancorp. And while we do that, we're just definitely designing our product for a future when Chime is the account that's at the top of your mobile wallet. And we see that as an extremely exciting opportunity. But the reality is if you need cash at the ATMs or to pay everywhere for the foreseeable future, you're going to need that plastic. They also want rewards. This is a group of consumers that are particularly savvy as it relates to saving money. There was a Nielsen study that found that 33% of millennials' spend included some sort of redemption of an offer or savings. 33%. That's a lot. And so the way we think of it is like, why should you have to use credit cards? Why should you have to pay with a credit card to be the primary way to earn rewards? We think a debit card should give you great rewards that are synced up with your cell phone. And we actually have a great platform for merchants as well that allow merchants to reach our consumers, entirely pay for performance, to deliver offers based on a consumer's location. And we can help them connect online and mobile promotions with offline spend where 90% of transactions actually happen. Transparency. One of the reasons why for those low bank brand scores has to relate to fee structures. This population segment is demanding extremely low fee structure, no hidden fees, no overdrafts, and no minimum balances. They ask, why should I have to pay a monthly fee to gain access to my money? And when they earn rewards, they want them right now. They don't want to wait to get the cash back. They don't want to do complicated point conversions and so forth. They just want to shop and watch their savings add up. Finally, branding. Millennials work with trusted, relatable brands that speak to them in their language. And at Chime, we're creating a fresh face of finance with an experience that's rewarding and fun. So let me quickly show you the good stuff here. If we could switch over to, great. So we just landed, let me take a quick step back. Two of the key things that consumers really like about the experience with Chime is you get these alerts of places to save money, and they're relevant to you based on your location and based on your expressed interest and observed interest. And so we deliver notifications to consumers when they're close to a place where they want to save, where we believe they're going to want to save money. Landed in Las Vegas, I see an offer here for STK Steakhouse, which I click on. I see here, as I scroll through the various offers that are in the app, that STK has a $10 offer. They get a great review in Google Places. I can see where it is on the map and how close it is. And so I think I will close this app, and we'll go out. We will try to keep the budget low. We're going to keep the spending to $100 tonight. Ryan will swipe the card at the STK Steakhouse. This is a real Visa transaction, and in the wild. And so the cool thing about this transaction is that when you swipe and you do the transaction, everything's real time, and it's totally integrated with your transaction experience. There's no barcodes, there's no swiping, there's no there's nothing that's unusual in the normal transaction flow. And so I just got my Chime alert. If you could go back to the phone. Chime time, you just saved $10 at STK, and when you click on it, I wasn't quick enough on the draw to click on it, but when you click on it, it should, there it is. It shows the transaction instantly, and there are some other key features around the app that I wanted to show you as well, which is you can click on your offers, you can click on your account, you can see all your prior transactions, and let me switch back to the PowerPoint. We just wanted to wrap up with an exciting announcement for our company. Last week, we closed an $8 million round of financing with our Series A round, led by Crosslink Capital with participation from our seed investors, Homebrew, Forerunner, and Pivot North. So we're thrilled to have this great new group of investors, and we're excited for the future. We'd love to see you guys around the show, and thank you guys for sticking around to learn more about Chime.